Dear NFL media, let's calm down all this talk about the Rams, especially the talk about the Rams being the best team in the NFC West. I just want to start off by saying this isn't a video saying everything Jared Goff and the Rams have done so far is pointless. Matter of fact, they're 2-1, and that's an impressive start. Jared Goff has looked pretty damn well, and he's thrown for 5 touchdowns, 1 interception, with a 118.2 passer rating. Objectively speaking, that is very impressive. Jared Goff has plenty of talent, and is showing all the tools that made him a first-round pick. I hope Jared Goff eventually succeeds and becomes the franchise quarterback the Rams hope he can be. Now, before we anoint him the quarterback of LA, wasn't it just 3 weeks ago we were saying the Rams should have taken Carson Wentz instead? Wasn't there a debate of if the Rams need to start thinking of a new quarterback? Wasn't all the media talking about how Jared Goff didn't even know where the sun rises and sets? I know the NFL is a week-to-week thing, but this is ridiculous. We need to hold off any notion of Jared Goff being a franchise quarterback one way or the other until at least after this season. First off, let's kind of forget everything Jared Goff did last season. The only reason is because he had Jeff Fisher as the head coach. Fisher handicapped Jared Goff's development and the offense as a whole. Everyone knew what Fisher was about. He's running it on first down, running it on second down, and then pass the ball on third down. That almost always was the sequence, and that always led to a 7-9 or 8-8 season. Thankfully for Goff, Fisher was let go. Enter 31-year-old Sean McVay. McVay modernized the offense, so to speak. Everyone can see it. There's motions and schemings to get the ball to the hands of the playmakers. McVay was able to work his magic and almost got 5,000 passing yards out of Kirk Cousins. With McVay running the offense, Jared Goff is able to move the offense, and quite simply, this gives Jared Goff a chance to thrive in the NFL. Speaking of giving Goff a chance, let's look at the weapons upgrades he's had in the last year. Remember, Kirk Cousins isn't as talented as Goff, and McVay created a system to get the ball into the hands of Pierre Garçon and Deshaun Jackson often. The Rams have a real offensive line now with the addition of Andrew Whitworth. Jared Goff now has the protection he needs to stay in the pocket. The Rams added Robert Woods, Sammy Watkins, and rookie Cooper Kupp. That is a legit wide receiving core with real weapons. The most talented piece, though, is Todd Gurley. McVay made getting the ball to Gurley a priority. Gurley has superstar talent and has produced out of the backfield, but this year he's becoming more of a receiving threat as well. Gurley has 6 touchdowns overall, which is tied with last year and is the engine that makes the Rams offense go. Gurley is the playmaker and the key reason the Rams are 2-1, not Jared Goff. Another reason Jared Goff's Rams are 2-1 is simply because of the schedule. He has beaten the Scott Tolzien-led Colts and Brian Hoyer-led 49ers. Both of these teams are in the bottom 5 of the NFL. There aren't many teams that wouldn't be undefeated facing those teams. Matter of fact, those 2 teams are combined 1-5 so far. Scott Tolzien has already been replaced in the victory by the Colts. Look, I know you can only beat the teams that you face. Fact of the matter is, he won against them. But neither of those teams are good at all. If Andrew Luck doesn't return to the Colts, I don't think either of these teams are going to win more than 5 games. The only game against a legit opponent, they lost at home. Look, the LA home field advantage isn't really anything to brag about, but it's still home. The Redskins aren't an elite team, but they are a good team with a good quarterback. In that game, Jared Goff looked good and finished with an 85.2 passer rating. The Redskins secondary is good, and Jared Goff produced on the field. Then, he had a chance to mount a game-winning drive and threw a pick to end the game. This is where I had the biggest problem with Jared Goff. He doesn't seem to perform well under pressure. Granted, he hasn't had many chances to prove himself in game-winning situations. The biggest thing I notice is when he gets pressure in the pocket. He seems to back up and lean back, then throw off his back foot. That is not a formula for success. He just seems scared out there. He drifts back in the pocket as he goes through his progressions and falls back throwing and shrinks when the lights get brighter. Look, he still has plenty of time to get better and learn to play under pressure, but it hasn't looked good so far. More importantly, there's no way the Rams are the best team in the NFC West. Remember last year, the Rams were 3-1, including a win against the Seahawks. The Seahawks always start out slow and lose to the Rams, but they're still the best team in the division. Let's wait until Jared Goff and the Rams get at least halfway through the season before we make any decisions about Jared Goff and the NFC West. Again, I'm not saying the Rams and Jared Goff are going to fail. In fact, I hope they succeed since LA needs a team that wins. Its stats are impressive, but a deeper dive shows that it's nowhere near as impressive as it states. What we do know now is Jared Goff has a chance. Sean McVay and the new weapons modernize the offense. Goff has the talent and everything around him. I just don't want to annoy him too soon.